What's up, guys? Jason Payne, your host of the Sexy Business Status Podcast. I'm here with my boy, Joel Mercado. Joel, thanks for being here, dog.
My man, I'm excited, dude. Thanks for having me.
Welcome. How's the weather in California?
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
78, just beautiful.
Oh, are you in San Diego?
San Diego, yeah.
Oh, you're right by Nick then,
Yep.
bro. Oh, man. Yeah, it was like 109 yesterday, something like that. Freaking toasty.
Dude, I was out last night and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, is it still hot outside?
It's still hot. I was like, the sun goes down, it cools down. Nope, only if you're, pacing or north, right?
Right.
Yeah, little concrete pocket of Phoenix. So I didn't bring Joel to come talk about the weather, by the way. But so some of you guys know Joel, some of you don't, right? Most of the guys listen to demographics, male, small business owner, entrepreneur in their 30s, 40s type deal. Okay. It's kind of our target market and our demographic here. But here there's, like we talked before, no rules, not holding anything back. So we'll talk about being a man, being a husband, being a parent, being a business owner, obviously, and then everything has to do with that. So Joel actually just joined us for our Scale Mastermind that we have every Tuesday. Thank you for coming and dropping nuggets, by the way. Awesome. The 7 yeses, and talked about how getting your client to say yes over and over and over and over again. So when you ask for the sale, they're like, well, I've said yes 6, 7, 8, 9 times. Might as well just say it one more time, right?
100%.
And that's like you said psychology probably 20 times. And it's crazy how the word track that you use, we talk about body language, all of those things. So if you want the recording, just shoot me a DM and mention Joel, and I'll send you the recording from our Scale Mastermind for when he came and spoke. But dude, it's crazy. And you saw the guys in there. Most of it, there's probably 20, 25 guys in there this week, and most of them are doing less than 7 figures, right?
Yeah.
What's your gut reaction to that when you saw that?
I was shocked by it. I think now we're in the day and age where it's easy to do 7 figures, right? Like to get to that first million, it's pretty easy now. So when I saw minus that, I was like, man, it's like half the room. I got excited though.
What's your reason why? Why do you think out of the 25, 22 out of the 25 were doing less than 7?
I think it's belief.
That's a big word.
Belief. You talked about a lot of different things. You said it's open, right? I do believe faith without works is dead. It says it in the Bible.
Sure.
So it's the same thing as like I want to win the lottery, but I'm not going to play the ticket. So you'll see a commonality with guys like us that we're just going to make decisions. So like pre-recording, we're talking about we make fast decisions.
Sure.
When I see someone that's below 7 figures in a business, I know who I'm talking to. They have either zero structure, zero SOPs, or zero faith into what they believe in themselves. They're just doing it because they're like, well, I don't want to work for someone, so I'm just doing it. We'll see what it comes out to be. Yeah. But that's why I love what you're doing, because it's like, dude, you're in the room. Like, we're giving you the recipe. Just follow it, and then you'll win. It's like, it blows my mind when I see people go, well, I still don't know how to do it. It's like, dude, we just told you. Like, just go do it.
Dude, YouTube has it. Internet has it. You know how to do it. That's the thing is like, oh, I wonder how to build it. Now, go to 8 figures, a little harder. I mean, throwing it out there, I guess the principles are still the same. Yeah. And the mindset is a little bit different, but the growth mindset is still there to go from 0 to 7 figures and then 7 to 8. But the lack is called FTI, failure to implement.
Yes.
And like I said, I love you said belief. And I Coach Nikki T, my business partner, always talk about that is giving yourself permission. Yeah. I think we are programmed by the people we hang out with, the people that raised us, the people that we talk to and hang out with, and they don't believe in us. And so they tell us that they don't believe in us. So we believe because they have influence on us.
Yep.
We believe their beliefs about us.
100%.
And they're limiting beliefs. Made that very clear. 99% of the time. And then you find the one random unicorn that's like, dude, do more, be more, grow, scale, go for it. And then you're either like, distance yourself from that person. Yeah. Or you're like, I really like that guy. And then you have to let go of the other ones because you're not going to have you can't have the same conversations. You 100%. Can't. So with a limiting belief, but like, dude, give yourself permission to be a badass dad. Give yourself a permission to be a badass husband, not a shitty one, the whole Coldplay thing, right? Mm-hmm. So funny. That dude, talk about 2025 internet roasting. Oh my gosh, like the epitome of that. I feel so bad for that dude. Like he is, that was wild. But Give yourself permission to be fit,
Yes.
to have a nice, healthy body, to make yourself a priority and your mental, the mental clarity that comes with that. And I'm like, all you have to do is put in the work but you have to be intentional. It's one of my favorite words is you have to be intentional with those things. Because if you blink and you don't work out for a day, then you blink and you haven't worked out for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Right. And like, oh, you ate shit. You went to Jack in the Box or Wendy's or McDonald's or whatever. Right. And you ate crap. And then all of a sudden you blink and you're like, oh man, I've been eating, and I say fast food, but like I'm all for fast food, but there's healthy fast food. So I don't care if you eat out every day, to each their own. But like eating crap over and over and over, and you blink and you're like, oh my gosh, I haven't eaten a solid, healthy meal in days or weeks. Mm-hmm. And I wonder why I'm lethargic and I don't feel good and I have no energy. It's like, dude, go back, right? Why do I feel weak? Dude, you haven't freaking lifted a 45-pound plate in weeks, months, years.
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. And you're not making it, my wife and I aren't doing well. Well, when was the last time you told her you loved her? Mm-hmm. When was the last time you took her on a date? When was the last time you just tried to hold her hand or snuggle her without trying to get laid?
Yeah.
Like all of these things, guys, are like, oh, my kids resent me or my kids don't like me or this or that. I'm like, dude, when's the last time I was just talking to my wife last night about this. And my father-in-law passed away last year. And one of the best things he did was that I love, and my mother-in-law does this too, is he was the definition of like getting on your knees and playing with grandkids. Yeah, a lot of times we want to like buy their happiness or buy stuff for them. Yeah. And maybe take them on trips and this and that, but like spending quality time, like that can never be taken away. And my kids love him for that because he spent the time and got on his knees. And most people don't want to do that. Yeah. They don't want to put in the work, right? And they just want to, they want to pay somebody to do it or whatever. I'm like, dude, one of my favorite quotes is you can't outsource push-ups.
I love that. I haven't heard that one.
You can't outsource push-ups. Yeah. So I see a dude that's freaking ripped. Like he's on TRT. Dude, he can be on steroids. I don't care. Yeah. Did you know that if you take steroids and you don't work out, they don't work. They don't do anything.
Facts.
They just don't. It's like, oh, he's on all this stuff. Dude, yeah. And I know what you're not on. Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, so talk shit about the guys that are like, they're on this, they're on that. I'm like, dude, I don't care if you're on anything. The fact that like you had that physique, like, dude, good for you.
Put in the work.
Yeah. But it's wild. Okay, so this is not about me, this is about Joel. But we've been ripping for 2 hours before this, so it's just we're carrying over here. Yeah. So Joe's also a coach.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Joel, how long have you been in the coaching space?
So I tell people professionally 2 years.
Sure.
But I've always been a coach. Right? Like
love it.
When I really dissected it and I audited, I was like, let me review this. I was like, I've been in a leadership role for over 20 years. So technically I've always been a coach. I just didn't professionalize it until 2 years ago. But all of my businesses, I coach. I'm constantly coaching my teams, leveling them up, talking about leadership, putting processes in place for them and stuff. And then, I had a martial arts school. I was coaching. Like, there's so many different things that I was like, man, I never really realized if you're a leader, you're a coach. So technically, you're coaching at all times. We just walk into a different space and go, hey, there's a niche that I see needs the most help. And that's what I did 2 years ago was like, well, I got a couple painting companies. Why not? Right. And I started niching down and I started seeing a problem and I was like, well, I can help that. So that's why I professionalized that. But now I do all contractors and I work with all different types of walks of life. So, but it's based off the story and the passion and how it all started. So I share this with a lot of people because they ask me what's my why. And it's not about the money. It's not about the contracting space. Believe it or not, it's about the people. And what a lot of people don't know, and I try to share this as much as possible, is my dad's a paranoid schizophrenic. So I learned at a very young age, why did he do that? Why did this person do that? So I caught this
questioning everything
all the time.
Ooh,
and that's got me the curiosity.
That could be cool because curiosity is like awesome.
100%.
Opens doors
all the time
and conversations.
Yeah, man. So that's what happened, man. And I got obsessed with the brain. I was like, well, I want to know why people do what they do, and why do they respond the way they respond? What's a trauma? What's a trigger? So if you notice, earlier we were talking about effective listening, body language. I want to watch when I say something. I want to see that I trigger that person. Why? How can I fix that for them? And that's why I got into more coaching. And I realized the more and more you start to learn the psychology of people and the why behind it, the faster I can fix it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I see things differently, like most therapists and stuff like that. Because a lot of people don't know this either. I do hypnotherapy, NLP, and all that stuff. I just don't do sessions like that. But
Sure.
I help people, and I want to make sure I get them to their goal the fastest way that I can. And I didn't have that for a long time. So that's the passion, and that's what makes me wake up. Because people also say like, well, dude, how do you do all these things? You have multiple businesses, you do all these things, but how do you have the time? Why do you do what you do? I could barely do the one business I have. I'm like, well, what's your purpose? Why do you even get up? When you identify that, there's nothing that's going to stop you. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's easier to wake up. It still
100%.
sucks, and you don't want to, but at least you're doing it for a reason. There's nothing worse than like, oh, I slept in today. Why, dude? You had nothing to do. You had no purpose. You had no issue.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm on 75 hard right now. I'm in like pushing 40 days, right? Almost halfway through.
Yeah.
With my 5-month pregnant wife.
Yeah.
Freaking savage.
It pumps me up. I like look forward to it. I'm like, Jason's going to put his post soon.
Dude, it's wild though, dude, because like my kids see it. My kids my kids asked my wife Heidi to go buy them like kid vests, so they can go on walks with me. And they're like, hey, let's go on a walk. And I'm like, it's Saturday, tomorrow's Sunday. You want to go walk? Yeah, let's go on a walk. I'm like, Sunday morning. I'm like, I would love to sleep until 7. I know 7 o'clock is sleeping in for me. By the way,
Me too.
but they're like, let's go. And I'm like, if we're going, I'm not going. I'm not waiting until 8, 9 o'clock. We're gonna get shit knocked out at 6 o'clock in the morning. Like, okay. Sunday morning, 6 a.m. My kids are at freaking Discovery Park right here, and with my sister walking. And I'm like, oh, this is why. They're like, what's your why? I'm like, oh, and on the coaching space for me, right, was scale. It's like, dude, it's not about the money. It can't be about I would be bankrupt if it was about the money. I would literally have to close my doors if it was about the money.
Yeah.
It's not a profitable, currently with what I'm doing, it's not profitable.
Right.
And I'm okay with that because I have a plan. But the fulfillment behind there, you saw it today. And I'm asking guys like, dude, like within 5-6 people, I've added $2, $3, $4 million into their businesses, all because they say I want help, and I was like, I would love to help you. Dude, I've done some pretty sick roofs and expensive roofs. Anywhere from $100 to $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, whether residential or commercial or both, and it doesn't get me excited. I do like I literally sold one this month, a custom home builder in PV. 16,000 square feet of roof, and it was like $102,000. I'm like, cool. I was like, put it in the hopper, get done. But then I go meet with a guy who's struggling to pay payroll, struggling to generate leads. And I spend an hour with him, and I leave on cloud 9. I'm like, dude, you got to figure out, right? Like last night, my kids, I don't know why. My house is very cold, and I drop it down to 72 because the colder you are, the better you sleep.
100%.
At least I don't know if that's true.
I feel that
it could be mental, but I've had buddies that are like professionals and that kind of stuff. They're like, oh yeah, anyways, keep it cold. I'm like, okay, so go to bed at 72. Normally keep it at 75, and so it's cold. And both my boys, I have a 10-year-old. My 15-year-old lives with his mom, but I have a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old, and they both like wearing long sleeve fleece like pajamas, right? Like long sleeve, and it's 109 yesterday, right? It's like 8:30, getting ready to go to bed, and they're like, "Hey, Dad, can we go play one?" I don't know why kids can't say full words anymore. It's the stupidest thing ever, right? Bet, lit, gas. Can we play 1v1? And I'm like, can you say 1 versus 1?
Right.
And I'm like, 1v1. I'm like, what? Anyways, little side note. I'm like, can we play 1v1? I'm like, dude, like you've already eaten dinner. You already put your pajamas on. You already brushed your teeth. I'm like, it's time for bed. And both of them, hey, do 1v1. Like, hey, instead of playing to 21, we'll play to 11. And I'm like, and before I used to be like, dude, just go to bed. Like, go to bed. We got school tomorrow. I got to be up at 4 to go to the gym. But I'm like, no, they want, what they're really saying is, I want to connect with you.
When do you get that back,
And I'm like, and my wife taught me that like 2 years ago.
Well, you probably, if I can only imagine when you first started your business, it was that grind hustle mentality, right? Like just hour for hour, just get it done. And you start forgetting about everybody else, right? And it's like people don't see the sacrifices you made to get to where you're at, right?
Oh, yeah.
And those things are so important because they're your support. And a lot of guys, especially men, I see in our industry, it's like they forget about that. And it's like they go through divorce and they go through all these things. It's like that was your foundation that you forgot about. You know what I mean? And I think it's important. And that's something that we learned. Like I'm married, been with my wife 16 years.
Awesome.
And man, I mean,
Kiddos?
I have one son, but different relationship.
Okay.
But and he's 18 years old. So it's like, you know, the biggest thing is I've learned, and that's a whole nother story, by the way.
Sure.
I just found out about him a year and a half ago.
Holy shit.
so
Yeah, not today. Different episode.
That's a long episode on that one, but it's awesome.
I am going to pick your brain after that. I'm curious.
Yeah. It's super cool though, but it's like, you know, she's my legacy. And then now finding out my 18-year-old is in the picture and I see him every month. We talk. It's a thriving relationship with him now. It just changed my whole life. Right. But again, it's like, if I didn't have her as my foundation, right, it's wild that if I forgot about her on this journey, which I did for a while, for years.
Your wife.
Yeah. I just, you take it for granted. You know what I mean? And what I appreciate about her so much is that she always reels me back. She's always just like, Joel, dude, it's okay. I know you're ambitious. I know you want these things, but just don't forget about me. Like, I'm here for you. I'm here with you. And I try to show the accolades I can to my wife as much as possible because we forget about that. If I had multiple kids, I would say the same thing right now. Like, don't forget about your children. So we do date nights now, like, you know, because she's in the business as well. So it's like you kind of start mingling business and your relationship, and it never ends.
Wait, are you my spouse or my business partner?
Yeah, it gets too tricky. And you know, I hope anyone that's listening and watching, it's like it's really important. You still got to date your wife. You still have to remember the dating.
Huge.
It's just as you work every day to your body, your spirituality, your children, your wife. Like, you have to date her. You got to continue.
And the crazy part is, like, because I've heard people, and I've actually not like gotten fist fights, but gotten heated with people like, my kids are my why. I'm like, but Joel doesn't have kids.
Yeah.
So Joel doesn't get to have a why.
Right.
So that does make sense.
Yeah.
My wife is my why. Okay. She cheats on you and you get divorced. She's still your why? No.
Right.
You are your why.
Yeah.
Because you're the only one that you have to live with for the rest of your life.
Facts.
That you have to. You don't get a choice.
Yeah.
Right? You can choose to not be married. You can choose to not have kids or not be in your kids' lives. Right? But you have to be your why. Because if you don't focus on yourself, you literally cannot be the person that you need to be for your spouse, for your kids, for your team members, for your church, your community, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of us, because dude, you don't hear this, maybe seldomly at church. You definitely don't hear it in the school system. You don't hear it definitely on the internet, like personal development, making yourself a priority, but like that's where it starts. And I feel like almost like the world is actually going against that. They're pushing against that. Like, dude, like with distractions, they're trying to distract you from owning your shit. They're trying to distract you from, Sean William talks about, get your house in order.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
There's an LDS prophet named President Kimball that talked about the most important thing that you will do is within the four walls of your home.
Dude.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, but I truly feel like, just with the guys out there, you talked about, communication, 80% is body language, 10% is tonality, 10% is the actual words. So 80% is body language. We talked about, like, dude, if you are not physically fit, like I said, you don't have to be Andy Elliott and have a six pack. I'm not going down that road. But at least in shape to where it's not a distraction. Right? And I'm all for tattoos. My wife and I made a pact we wouldn't get tattoos when we got married. But like, I'm all for tattoos as long as they're not a distraction. I'm all for piercings as long as it's not a distraction. There's a gal that's at the Circle K right by my house that I go to for my energy drinks and my gallon of water for 75 hard and everything I go to almost daily, right? And she has this I call it Ferdinand the Bull, like a bull nose ring. The one that goes underneath here.
Yeah.
The most to each their own. And I might get hate for this. I don't care. The stupidest, gayest thing I've ever seen on a human.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're like a cow. Like, I need to like hook up a leash and like pull. Anyways, it's so distracting. And she's a beautiful person. I'm like, oh, you're a cute girl. Like, awesome, good for you. But she has that, and like, I can't even like, I don't even know that you have eyeballs because it's just a distraction.
Yeah.
But the point being is, I don't know where I was going with that, but like
You're talking about the 80% of the body language.
yeah,
and got into
the body language that you give to setting the example for your spouse if you have one, for your kids if you have one, and then we don't even think about this, but the way your customers see you when you show up to a job site, when you go knock on the door, right? Jordan Belfort talks about being sharp as a tack, being enthusiastic, and perceived as an expert.
right.
And I think people lose deals. I'm talking about sales and business, right? I think people lose deals literally from the second they open the door or the second they see that person. They see that their shoes are nasty and gross and dirty. They see that their clothes, and it's not like I just got done digging a trench for plumbing. That's not what I'm referring to.
Right.
But like you can just tell somebody's like, you've been wearing those same clothes or dog hair everywhere. Dude, go get a lint roller. Like have some decency. Like give two shits, right?
Right.
And then we go knock on the door or we go go shake the homeowner's hand. It's like, and something on your body is a distraction instead of a compliment. Like, dude, this guy looks like you came here today. I'm like, dude, Joel, your hair's not distracting. You're not like a necklace of the watch, black on black. Like you look good. You look sharp as a tack. You're enthusiastic when your pitch or in your speech. You're perceived as an expert, right? Like you checked all the boxes. But I feel like either we don't do that as business owners or even as a spouse. How can we hold anybody to that standard if we are not meeting that standard, bro?
100%.
As a parent, as like I said, as a dad, as a husband, as a business owner, how can we hold people accountable when we're not even doing those things?
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
I love the fact that you say that. Like, I'm really big in the books. Do you ever read 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership?
Heard of it? No.
John C. Maxwell. It says the law
Love
of
John
picture.
Maxwell.
Yeah,
Oh my
he's
gosh.
like my guy, man.
Oh.
Like, you'll hear a lot of things I quote is from John C. Maxwell.
You mentioned that book. That's the third time you mentioned that book since you've been here.
I love it. Like it's one of the biggest principles that I go. So everything you're saying, it's called the law of picture, right? And what he talks about with the law of picture is people are perceiving you as such. They're watching you, and then they actually act like you. So you're saying, how can I ask for a standard like this? But if I'm not being that standard, what do you think your employees are going to be like? Your customers are going to be like, right? So, that's something that I was taught at a very young age, and it's a whole nother conversation. I do things on purpose too to trigger people for conversation.
Sure.
But again, that's a whole nother conversation. But I love how you're hitting these topics because, we're talking about business. We're talking about, hey, this is what you're going to be perceived. No different than what you said earlier. Get your car wrapped. Like the simple little things you can do to set yourself apart from all the other people, right? So I love that you're bringing that up because it's super important.
What would be? I'm just gonna spitfire here with a bunch of questions.
Go ahead.
What would be? And Dakota, we can chop these up. What would be the top 3 things you would do if you're a business owner, like in that room, and you're doing less than 7 figures a year?
Yep.
What would be the top 3 things you would do immediately to grow and scale your business?
Grow and scale my business. I mean, it depends on what they have already. If they don't have a CRM, that's the first thing I'd get because I want to professionalize.
CRM, huge.
Like
huge. CRM, customer representative management, right? So a piece of software that gathers all your data, that does all your stuff, keeps all your shit together.
Yeah.
Right. And not on a yellow notepad. Oh man,
dude, I can't tell you enough. Like, I'm still coaching people. Like, I kind of still send them out with the pad or I just send them
Google
a
Calendar, Word doc.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, like there's automations. You can make your life so much easier. Even if you're a one-man show, you can simplify your life just by spending $149 a month.
It's cheap.
It's super cheap.
Yeah.
And then you have
CRM,
storage.
huge.
CRM, huge.
Yep.
The next thing is I'm a fan. I learned this the hard way, right? So the first person I always hire is an admin because I truly believe that if, let's just say I started all over again, if I was to open up another business right now and it was going to be me running it, it's CRM, office admin, because I'm the one doing sales. I'm the one doing the production until I can grow it and scale it so that I can hire people to fire myself.
And your admin's going to do?
All the leads, all the phone calls, all of my administrative stuff, job costing, production scheduling, every assistant thing I need.
Payroll, taxes.
Everything.
Yep.
Yeah. That is your best investment because then I'm buying back more time to grow the business and not be bogged down with all the other things. And then my third thing would be obviously marketing, of course, right? So
that's vague. Give me like Go more niche.
I would start door to door first because
So
if you don't have,
you're starting from scratch, like a better words,
Yeah.
or you're only doing, I mean, even if you're doing $500,000, that's only what, $50,000 a year,
Right.
or a month.
it's not
Yeah.
a lot.
So you're doing $10,000 a week,
Right.
Right. So you have a business that's doing $10,000 a week, $40,000 a month, $500,000 a year. Make sure you have a CRM.
Yep.
Get an assistant or an admin to do all your clerical stuff.
Yep.
And then focus on marketing being what?
So I would start with door to door.
You have no money. You can't run ads.
Yeah.
You
I
have
would start
pennies. Door to door.
Door to door. It still works. It still does.
Really?
Yeah. We have in our industry.
I've never knocked a door in my life.
Really?
No.
Oh man, it's my
15 years.
favorite.
I've never. Well, I mean, like maybe if we did a house and I knocked on a neighbor's door, but like it wasn't intentional. It's like none of my SOPs are like part of our strategy. It is now, but like I'd be like, yeah, we're gonna go knock this neighbor. Like in 15 years, we do it in 5 years and going on 6 years. Next week will be 6 years in business. We do over $50 million in revenue.
Yeah. See, but
And
here's
I've
the
never
cool
knocked
part.
a door.
Here's the cool part, right?
I get pissed at myself because I'm like, how many more millions could I have done
Yeah.
if I just had a door knocker or told somebody to go knock on a door? Even like, a couple extra million. I'm like, fuck, like bring that a couple extra million.
Dude, it's crazy because like right now
Oh,
in our
man.
industry, we still teach that you should still door knock and do your marketing plan because then you are actually creating a culture of good salespeople. So the door knockers, we want them to become your new sales reps. So it's an incentive for them to understand whatever it takes. That mindset that it's hard to teach, you teach that in door knocking because you're out there, man. Like
Yeah, the grind is insane.
is real. So then if they pass that, now they become a sales rep, which is they earned it. They earned the leads now, right? So
Sure.
they appreciate it more.
Sure.
And those are your beasts right there. But, starting a company, those are the three main things. And what people don't realize, like every business that I started, except for the San Diego one, because I had partnerships in that, every new business I started before that or after had zero capital. I came from no money.
Yeah.
Right? Like I was like, how do I figure it out?
Yeah, I got 7 figures of investments. It's like, bro, I have enough for Taco Bell, and that's about it.
Yeah, man. So door knocking was my thing, right? So
And it
this
doesn't cost you anything. I mean, time. Don't go on a psycho rant with that. But like,
yeah.
it doesn't cost. It literally doesn't cost you anything.
But here's the cool part, right, Jason? It's like I hear guys all the time. They're like, Joel, I'm just stressed out. I'm like, okay, what'd you do today? Well,
Ooh, we're gonna
I'm
get into that. Are we gonna go down the
leads.
calendar route?
I
Because
know,
that's a
right?
whole
Time management's a whole nother
dude. That's a
level.
whole nother. How
Yeah.
much time do we got? Woo, baby. Like,
But it's very simple, right? Like I
Yeah.
go, what did you do today? And there's a gap at least of 3 or 4 hours. And I go, okay, you could have door knocked 3 to 4 hours. Let's say you got that one lead. Let's say you close that one lead that week. Let's say you have an average job size of $4,000 in my industry. Let's just call
Sure,
it 4,000. Okay, well that's $4,000. If you're at 50% gross profit, you're at $2,000. Put that into marketing now, just off that one door knock, right? Like that one lead.
Sure.
You could take that $2,000, put it on Facebook, put it on Google, and then save that, and then keep adding. Now you just scaled your business just off of door knocking,
Right.
But what do people do? They have that scarcity mentality. So if we loop back to that belief system, they already have scarcity mentality. So they pigeonhole themselves. They're like, it's all the money I have. Well, reinvest it. You're going to make more money, right? And find a coach. And I really say that not because of you and I being coaches ourselves. I mean, dude, for a coach that you can talk to for an hour can save you 10 years. Like, it's
dude.
wild. You know what I mean?
it can save you a lot of things. It can save you money. It can save you time. It can save you a marriage. It can save you experiences.
Fines, lawsuits.
Oh my
you name
gosh,
it.
dude, it's wild. So cool part. I'm glad that I asked you that question because mine would be a CRM. Mine would be an admin, right? Like your first, like, dude, do everything. I will take care of marketing and sales, and I was doing fulfillment, so I was doing production too.
Yeah.
Because we did $1 million in 5 months from zero, no partners, no investors, literally just me, my wife, Dory, and a 2-man crew from
awesome.
zero. So August 1st to December 31st, we did $1 million
Yep.
in the Google Calendar.
Wow.
And so January, February, we're like, oh, we need something better than a lot of different color coded, and no tracking, right? Zero tracking. I mean, you have QuickBooks, but like no tracking. I'm like, okay, so we got a CRM. So our first $1 million, we didn't even know, like, it's still there. We still like warranty it, but we don't know what happened for the first $1 million. But the admin is so huge because a lot of the guys, it's so easy to do. They still do it because it's so easy, and they get I don't know if it's a dopamine hit. That might be a little extreme, but like they get fulfillment and like, oh, I did those things.
Yeah.
They're almost like fillers.
They check the box.
Yeah. Like, oh man, I called these appointments. That doesn't make any money. Oh, I billed these people. I collected this money. But you didn't make any money.
Right.
Like you collected it. It doesn't mean you made it. Like, those type of things. So yeah, getting somebody immediately to take care, like Hermosi talks about that. The first 4 hours of your day should be to prospect. First 4 hours every single day.
Yeah.
And so like CRM, admin, mine wouldn't be door knocking because one, I'm a hypocrite. I can never tell you to go door knock. Is it a good idea? Yes. Have I ever done it? No. Do I know if it works? Yes, because I know Sam Taggart, and Sam Taggart knows how to knock doors. And he has a great book, by the way. But mine would be social media.
Dude, you're right.
And the reason why I say social media is because, and dude, I know door knockers that make $200,000, $400,000, not in a year, in 6 months.
Yeah.
They don't knock 12 months a year. Nobody's knocking in December. Like,
yeah, you do a season. Like,
yeah, it's like 6 months of hell, and then like they hang out for 6 months, but they make hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yep.
But mine would be social media. One, because I've done it. And I think I just cleared, was it Dakota, like 7,600 posts on my own profile. Like he doesn't post for me on that. That's me.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah.
That's apart from help. And we do $1 million, my roofing company, we do $1 million a year from free, raw, organic
reach.
Facebook and Instagram. No TikTok, no YouTube. What other ones? Yeah, like literally just those two. And I'm like, because what happens is it's all about reach, right? I can reach more people. I can follow more people. And you knock on their door, they may or may not be there. Who's not on Facebook or Instagram every single day in 2025?
Right. That's the craziest part now. I say so. Remember earlier I said it was so easy to win now?
Yes.
And the reason why I go to door knocking is that's the old school mentality of mine. It's like we didn't have social media back then.
Sure.
So like when I first did the first business, it was like, I got a door knock. Where do I get these leads from?
What does it cost you to download the Instagram app on your phone?
Nothing.
Zero.
Yeah.
What does it cost to have a business page? Zero.
Yeah.
How many? What are your? I mean, apart from like getting what's it called? Where they cancel you, canceled, I guess. Yeah. Right. Apart from getting canceled for political stuff, but like, what restrictions do they have to how often you can post? Zero.
Right.
Of what you can post? Zero. Business wise. Yeah. Zero. There's no limitations, and it's free.
Yeah.
And they help promote you. And I'm not telling you, still have not cut a check for ads. Yeah. You have not cut a check to boost it or to run professional ads. Like you still have not done that. They'll be like, hey, you like this kind of stuff. Oh, here are a few friends that might like this stuff.
Yeah.
And they do it. And then Facebook still doesn't charge you anything. And Instagram doesn't bang your credit card.
Yeah.
And you can do it as often as you want, as much as you want. Now there's like 10 different ways to do it, from lives to reels to stories to shorts to whatever. You can do all these things, and you can do it as many times as you want, any time of the day. You can't knock doors at 10 o'clock at night. I mean, you can, probably shouldn't.
Yeah, probably not.
But you're not knocking doors at 6 a.m.
Right.
I can post and get hundreds or thousands, I'm not in the millions, I will be, of views, of likes, of engagement. Yeah. For lack of better words, 24/7 for free.
Yeah.
And we don't do it.
Yeah. I think it goes back to that scarcity. You know what I mean? Because it's like, what am I going to say? What am I going to do? It's better than doing nothing, right? Like,
well, there's a lot of things that go with that, but it's self-confidence, the fear of being, like we talked about the Coldplay thing, right? Like, people are scared of getting roasted. Nobody listening to this is ever going to get roasted like that Coldplay dude with that very clear, that CEO. But the point being is they're scared of being judged, so they stop. Well, there's your success.
Yep.
I give two shits what you think about me on social media.
100%. Same.
I don't care.
Yeah.
And I asked Dakota, he probably loves me the most. I'm one take wonder. I'm a one take dude. Like we'll go shoot enough shit for a month in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Not 3 hours and not 3 hours, 3 different times. Oh, that one didn't do good. Redo it. And if it is, he's asking me to redo it. I'm not saying, oh, I messed up or I said this wrong. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Post a bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
get it out there.
Dude, because guess what? When you're talking to somebody live, like on this, like I'm not gonna go back and be like, oh, hey, Dakota, I messed this up or said this word or did this. Hey, will you go back and chop out and redo the podcast? No, this is live, bro.
Yeah.
This does not get edited. This is who you are. And in life, you don't get to edit your life. You don't get to go back. So why are you trying to edit the shit that you're putting on social media? Yeah. That's not the person that you want to meet. I hate filters. Now, a good thing we're dudes and we don't have to worry about filters, and our insecurities are different than that.
Right.
Than the way we look online. But dude, I know so many ladies, friends, family, church, neighborhood, schools, community, what at work, that I see them post on social media and I'm like, you do not look like that in person.
Right.
Not even close. But you put a filter on there so people will think that you are skinnier, less freckles, less acne, less, maybe a single chin instead of a double chin, those type of things. And for us as dudes, I'm like, dude, it's like, if you're fat, bro.
Yeah, you're going to see it too.
It's like, yeah. And guess what? When I see you, your double chin doesn't go away because I saw you on Instagram.
Right.
Bro, it doesn't change. Right? Okay. That was a great question. I'm glad we did that. So first two things, recap. CRM, admin, and marketing. He's saying door knocking. I'm saying social media. Both work. Both are efficient.
100%.
Okay. So you get some momentum. You get going. Right? But you're still doing all the sales by yourself. Yeah. And you're still, I'm thinking of my buddy Tristan from Fuller Window Cleaning. He has a helper, but he's still taking the phone calls, and he's still doing not all the windows, but some of the windows. He's doing all of the sales, and he might have a gal helping out with invoicing and that kind of stuff.
Right.
What advice would you give somebody that's trying to get out of that phase? Once again, funds are tight. Your cash flow is not consistent.
Right.
And you are the social media manager,
Yeah,
right? You're in charge of
everything.
You're the marketer. You're the salesman. You're half of production, and you're half of admin.
Right.
What advice? People remember things in threes. What advice would you give those listening of 3 things to get out of that small-minded mindset?
Yeah. So, number one, I always say, everyone's so into this, like, well, how much is it going to cost? It's like, well, that's what I love about business. You can make it whatever you want it to be.
Right.
Like, people are like, Joel, like, should I charge 7%? Like, do I pay him 7 or 10% or 5%? I'm like, you pay him what you want to pay him, dude. Just find the guy.
Yeah.
Right. That's the cool part about business. And, I always tell everybody, hey, find someone that wants a great opportunity. Let's say you do pay him 5% commission. Okay. Let's just do the math. What does that look like? Just break it down. And, one thing I always teach is begin with the end in mind. So if you need $10,000 in sales per week, okay, let's reverse engineer that and then hire the guy, coach him. Don't just hand it off to him. So I think a lot of people do is that I got my guy, I'm going to not do this anymore. And they forget they still have to teach them the business. Yeah, that's where they fail.
Okay.
So I think, one thing that we teach is called the coaching cycle. So it goes from directive, coaching, supportive, then delegation. People go from directive straight to delegation, right? And you skip all the steps. And I think that's the first thing I would do. I would try to fire myself as soon as possible because it forces me now to go, I need to make this work. And I want to find the right person. So once I find that right person, build
the right person cannot be you.
Correct. It has to be somebody else. And I would find someone that's going to do sales. So I look for someone that wants opportunity, wants to grow, right? So look for someone that's coachable, has integrity and character.
Okay.
I do believe that skill can be transferred any day, anytime. You can't teach personality and character. They either have it or they don't. Pretty simple. So I would do that. Then the second thing, you said there was 3 points, right? What would be the other 2 points you're wondering for?
So to go from basically working in the business to working on the business, or to delegate, because you don't delegate everything all at once.
Correct.
You delegate the least valuable things that don't move the needle. Yes. You delegate those first, right? Yes. Picking up a phone saying we'll be there Wednesday at 3:00. AI is doing that now. Like, it's not even a person. It's a fake.
It's crazy setters and stuff.
Yes,
right now.
it's a crazy piece of technology software that's literally doing that. So there's no value in that, or very minuscule value.
Right.
And Grant Cardone always teaches the only two things you never give up as a business owner are sales and marketing. Yep. But it also doesn't mean that you're not the number one person in your sales team and you're the number one marketer for your business.
Right.
It just means that those always have to stay a priority. Because some guys, especially in the blue collar game, they go back to the production.
100%. They start actually getting
that's where they came from.
Yes.
And they're really good at it.
Yes.
And they're really fulfilled. And it makes them feel good. Like, I always tell us, I would love to pull trailers. If I could do that, like, dude, throw some shingles in the back, throw 5, 6, 7, 8,000 pounds in the back.
Yeah.
Let me go dump it, go to the dump. Birds and dog shit and everything smelling like crazy. Let me throw on a vest, my freaking steel-toe boots, cowboy boots, throw on a cowboy hat. I would love to, if I could make what I make and do that for the rest of my life, dude, I would totally do that.
Yeah.
I would be a landscaper. There's nothing more sexy than like crisp. I played baseball, so I got the smell of grass right from the outfield. I played in the outfield. So like the fresh cut grass, I'm like, oh, that should be a perfume for women. Freshly cut grass. Should be, because it's just, but it doesn't pay. It's not going to get me where I want to go.
Right.
So my question is,
Got it.
What are the first things that you delegate carefully with training, with accountability, with SOPs and systems?
Yeah.
What are the first things you delegate as you start to do it? You mentioned admin, first one. Boom. Admin, do those things. And then you're still doing all the other things, from social media to door knocking to doing the actual sales to ordering the materials, maybe if there's trailers involved, all that stuff. How do you get out of that, your first, not 7 figures, how do you get out of the million to doing 2 and 3 and 5 and 8?
Yeah. So again, it's a lot of people fear the sales because they feel like, well, if I give that to someone else and they're not hitting their goals, I'm losing money. That's the first thing I delegate as quickly as possible.
Is sales.
It is sales, because in my world, I'm in the painting background. If I'm doing 5 estimates a day, guess what? I'm driving, and those 5 estimates, I'm stuck at an appointment. I can't take calls. I can't do customer complaints. I can't work on my marketing.
Only thing you can do.
I'm stuck. Yeah. That's it.
And that's a 10-hour day.
Right.
Easy.
And with the drive time and all that stuff. And then after hours, I start to tackle it. So it's like, how many opportunities am I losing doing that? So I try to do the sales first. I try to delegate that as quickly as possible. And then I fall into production. But when I say production, for me, it means I'm in my office making calls. I'm calling the shots. I'm talking to my leads, my crew leads. Hey, what do we need? I'm being proactive. What materials do you need? What paint do you need the day before? Get it delivered. I start opening up partnerships with stores. For us, it's like Sherwin or Dunn Edwards. Hey, can you guys deliver to our place, right? So it's like, if you're a landscaper, or for you guys, like what you guys do, is there a way to get a delivery system put in? So then I start thinking, how do I delegate that as well, right? Where they're working for me, but they're not in my organization. They're just partnerships.
Sure.
And then I start coaching. So I start teaching my leads, and I start working my way after that. And then I start looking internally, who can be the next production manager to take that off my plate? And if it's not internally, then I'm looking externally, looking for the right person, start coaching them so that I can start phasing myself out.
I like that you said that. Look internally first.
Always.
Always.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of that. Yeah. Because when they see development within your organization, it tells the rest of the culture and your people there's opportunity here.
Yeah.
And
You're not going to bring somebody out from the outside.
Yeah. It's rare when I bring from someone from the outside, unless they're like just an absolute dog and I need one.
Sure.
Then I might do that.
Yeah.
Because of their leadership skills, right?
Sure.
But, and then of course there's just different levels again, right? When you get back to the higher 7 figures, it's all leadership training and what's your process. And then as I keep scaling back, I keep going, how do I find more people that know more than I do? Because I'd rather them do it, and I don't need to deal with any of that.
Right.
So that's how I'm able to run these businesses remote. But that's how I would do it, man. I would do admin, get them as soon as possible, get a sales rep as soon as possible, coach them, wean yourself out. Don't just give it to them immediately. Teach them all the ins and outs. Once you feel comfortable where they're at a good closing rate, then you can start phasing yourself out and then do the production side, but you're still managing production, not doing it.
Right.
And then you can start growing from there. And that's kind of how we do it.
I love that you said how you can, let's say you run 4 or 5 appointments in a day. You can do a good job and you can close those deals.
Yeah.
But everything else is now reactive.
100%.
So cool. You check the sales box, but your marketing, you didn't do any marketing.
Yep.
Right? Or it was half-ass.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't do any admin, and that was half-ass.
Yep.
Your production, who knows what's happening with your production? Was the job done? Was it done right? Was the quality control? Because you're inking deals.
Yep.
So if you're inking deals, then who's checking up on the guys, and who's talking to the homeowners, making sure they love you and get 5-star reviews,
Yep.
and who's ordering the materials for the next week, and oh, by the way, who put payroll through to make sure that everybody gets paid on Friday?
Yeah. You're so right. Yeah, man.
Is it wild?
Yeah. It's
So
wild. Yeah.
so that's what I'm saying. Like it's. I hired, so my first million I did, like I said, August 1st to December 31st, we did $1 million. I sold 700 of that. I brought in a sales rep that sold 300 of that. I produced, not swinging the hammer, but dispatching, ordering the materials, and everything to do with that, change orders, all that. I did all of that million too.
Yeah.
Dory did all the back end stuff, and then I eventually hired Shannon, who's now my production manager. Talk about hiring within. She was a $15 an hour call center. She now has a 6-figure pay structure.
That's what's up. Yeah.
Dory was making $60,000 for me day one. Yeah. She now makes a little more than that.
Yeah.
Also 6 figures, right?
That's awesome.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. That's awesome.
It's crazy. It's like it's wild in a really good way, but like you have to understand that you can never be the number one person in any department. You can't be the number one go-to. You'll never get anything done.
Yep.
It will always suck. That's why you need to have a number one sales rep. That's not you. Right. That you can, like, he's bringing in deals every day. Yep. You have a production person that pulls the trailers, that dispatches, that runs the crews. And if you need to help and step in every once in a while because you're still growing, and there's not a number two guy, can't afford him yet, you're not big enough yet, cool. You can be the number two. And the part-time is like, you can be a part-time production person. Yeah. You can't be a full-time production person. You can't be a full-time admin. The only thing you can be full-time at is sales and marketing.
Yep.
But even then, like, you need to be part-time at those, because if you're full-time at both of those, then where do you get to then? Oh, by the way, you also have to be a business owner.
Right.
When do you do that? If you're doing any of those full-time, you can never even attempt to be a part-time business owner, and that's where growth is stagnant.
Yes, 100%.
Okay. 100%. Last question.
Yeah. I like these. This is fun.
Comes in threes. Yeah. Oh, dude. We literally do this for 12 hours. I might do it. I might just have, I'll fly you in. We're going to do one at the end of the year, but we're going to call it a KP icon.
Yeah.
Keep your performance indicators, right?
Yeah. Let's do it.
We're going to call it KP icon. I got Cam Bodden coming, Evan Ritchie, like all kinds of those dudes that geek out about KPIs. Because that's going to be like talk about like milk versus steak. Like that's steak. Like that's next level stuff. We're into the end of the year. It's going to be awesome. But what would be, you talk about door knocking, right? And that might be one of them. Someone that's going to 7 figures or trying to do multiple 7 figures. What would be the number one, the top 3 things that you would have them do to generate leads?
To generate leads, yeah. In my space, I'm not a fan of paying retainers yet because you're still growing. So like I would want you to use all that money for ad spend, right? So I know Angie has a bad rep, right? Angie leads.
I love Angie.
I love Angie.
I love Yelp too.
Yeah, same.
I print money from Yelp.
Yeah, same. So so we're on the same boat, right? And I'm not.
It's all about how you use it, by the way.
Correct. And how do you build your profile? So there's like a whole nother level to it. But like I always tell people, hey, you got to stretch your dollar, right? In the beginning stages of everything, you have to stretch your dollar. So if you're paying $2,000, $2,500 for a retainer, that could be 100% towards ad spend, right?
When you say retainer, explain to them. I know what you're saying, but what does a retainer mean?
Yeah. So like there's like when I say there's certain levels, is like once you can delegate that to like a marketing agency or someone that's like a independent person who's just niched down into doing Facebook ads or Google advertisement for you where you don't do it.
PPC, Google My Business.
LSA, and you pay someone to manage that for you. That's what a retainer would be. And
basically you're paying them to do your marketing for you.
Yeah.
But there's 2 parts to it. I found this out the hard way. 3 years ago when Andy Elliott came. Were you at that one? It was like 400 people. It was free in Tempe.
No,
it was like 3 years ago.
No.
So he spoke for 45 minutes. Everybody stood up the entire 45 minutes.
Wow.
Because they were terrified to sit down. True story. But I had 150 people registered, and Dakota remembers this. I had 150 people registered, and I'm like, dude, I need at least 300. And I had, I don't know if Natalie or Brandon Dawson spoke at that. I know Carlo Reyes spoke at that. Peter Meyerhoff spoke at that. There was like 10, 12 people,
Yeah.
one day event. It was huge. But like retainer, it's my buddy Los Hustle. If you know who Los is, I used him. And he's like, okay, it's going to cost you 15 grand. And my total budget was 10. I'm like, 15 grand? He's like, yeah. He's like, that's your retainer. And I'm like, I think a retainer like something you put in your mouth. And I'm like, what the fuck is a retainer?
Yeah.
And that's true story. 3 years ago. I'm like, what's a
Really?
retainer?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, and it's going to be another 15 to run ads.
Yeah.
To get people. And I'm like, so I went from 10 to 30.
Yeah. Just like that. Yep.
And I was with Nick, and he's like, no way. And I was like, I cut him a check. He's like, what? I'm like, dude. He's like, I will fill. He's like, I need this, and I had 3 weeks. He's like, you have 150. We exhausted our organic reach. Yep. This is different than more coaching stuff, not blue collar stuff. But I was like, 150. I need at least 300 in the room. Yeah. Room fits 400. 425 standing only.
That's wild.
But it cost me $15,000 a retainer. And then, so what I'm trying to get at is you have to pay an agency to run that for you. And then you have to pay the platforms, whether it's Meta or whoever, right? Facebook, Instagram, Google, you name it, the platform that you're going to be running the ads on. So people, you're double dipping. There's 2 expenses there, not 1.
Yes. And I want to maximize.
I hope you guys understand that. Yeah. It's like, but one of them makes you money. The other one shows you how to make the money.
Correct.
Or makes the money for you. But one of them, if you don't know how to do it, then it will make you 0.
Correct.
So you can't just have one in the beginning. You can try and trip and fall and work it out. But to do it legit, you do need, well, it's all about intentionality, right? And how much time and energy can you put into that versus somebody like that as an assassin at that,
and
right?
that's what they're great at. Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
So you're saying, okay, so no retainer, do it yourself, kind of just bootstrap it.
Just for the beginning, right? Like even if you're, I mean, at some point, I mean, even I'll go back to that, right? Let's stick to that one point on that subject. Is like you want to stretch that dollar as much as possible. So if you have a $5,000 budget, but you're paying $2,500, that's technically $7,500. You could be doing ad spend, and then put that back in internally and start growing your business, and then put a budget you can afford, and now hire the experts so that you can scale your business, right? And again, I don't knock on that. I have partnerships with people like that. So like, I love what they do, because then that takes me away from worrying about my marketing. I just data track. I go, okay, how are we doing? Great, awesome. You guys are doing a great job. Keep doing what you're doing. Yeah. And if they're not, let's have a meeting. Let's figure this out. What's going on? What do you need from the team? So, you know, I that's why I said there's levels to that. But that first 7 figures, right? It's like I tell people, you can get there pretty easily if you follow that map, a blueprint, stretch the dollar, and then reinvest it. Because like when I tell people all the time, my first painting company that I did on my own, we started that with $5,000, and it was 100% marketing. I was like, I'm not doing anything. I'm running it remote. I'm not even in the state. That first year we did 1.2 off of a $5,000 marketing budget.
Love it.
So we just kept reinvesting, and then we hired those companies to do the retainers for us, and then we got into Facebook marketing, and then the Google. But we started with Angie, Thumbtack, Yelp.
Next door, yeah.
They're just pumping you with leads,
just
right?
Bam, yeah.
Get it.
You know the crazy part of it? You probably believe me. I didn't hire a marketing agency until we were doing $7.6 million. I'd never run an ad until we were doing 7.6.
Wow. That's impressive though, man. That's impressive.
Dude, thank you. I don't know if it's, I mean, a little bit of stupidity just because like ignorance. Like
We didn't know, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. It's like, oh, like ads. And I'm like, but I get leads without paying Facebook. Why would I pay Facebook if I'm doing it? If I'm doing it this way and I'm getting leads, you're saying, oh, yeah, you need to do paid ads. And I'm like, and we can go into, that's a whole different day. And we're out of time. But it's cool though. You do need to be running ads because ads will get you eyeballs that your organic reach cannot.
100%.
I'll say that again. Ads, whether it's Google, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, Yelp, whatever.
Yeah.
They will get you eyeballs that your organic reach cannot get. And I have 15, 20,000 followers. So it's not like I have 3,000 followers or 300 followers. Like I have a decent reach. But even my reach, there's capacity issues.
Yeah. And
ads can get you those new eyeballs that you would never, ever, ever see. They would never see your content or never see your ad unless you paid them to.
100%.
Crazy. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Last question as we get out of here. Those were all business ones. One of my favorite quotes is, become the best version of yourself and reach your true potential. What does that mean to you?
Gosh. Always reach to that next person you can always become, right? Because even when you get to that next person, there's still something new or still something that you're chasing to become better. And that aligns with my favorite quote, which is if you strive to be 1% better each day, at the end of 100 days, you're 100% better than when you first started, right? There's that constant, there's always something. There's always an action. There's always that next person that will always develop you, right? And when I hear you say that quote, it's almost like saying if there's no growth, you're dying, right? So every day you're growing, so you'll never die. You're always learning. You're always becoming your best self. So I love that quote, man.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, my boy Joel Mercado from California coming in, dropping some heat. Thanks for coming to the Skill Mastermind today. Thanks for coming in here. Like I said, we'll rip it and get it out for those to listen. If you like the episode, you like the podcast, you know somebody that's struggling with this or that needs help, there's no fee for it. It's you saw there's no sponsors. There's nothing. I pay for all of it. We just want to help.
100%.
That's all we want to do. We want to help, but you got to get in the right circles. You need to be listening to shit like this.
Yes.
You need to be around and engaging with people that are going for it. If you want to go for it. If you don't, you're probably not going to listen to this podcast. But you need to do a self-audit of what you are consuming with your mouth, with your eyes, and with your ears. And do a true, real, raw, personal audit. And whatever shit you're putting into your ears and your eyes and your mouth, you need to stop. And once you do that, game over.
Facts.
Everything changes.
Yep.
See you on the next one. Be great.